Beautiful. Do you want to go back home? Are you there? Can you get to a place in your mind to where you see Jerusalem, where you think about the heavenly Jerusalem, where you think about a place where there's peace and tranquility, no more wickedness or evil, no more people murdering? We live in a society. I need us to really wrap our minds around this. You go outside your house every day, and there are murderers who are running free. There are evil spirits that can turn even family members and people who are at peace with one another into arch enemies. I need you to really wrap your brain around that. We have children, wives, husbands, mothers, fathers, loved ones, family. And, without notice, without warning, something could happen to one of your loved ones. Something could happen to you. And so this is what's important about giving the Most High, thanking Him for His sovereign protection, for Him continually giving us that peace and the solace that we need to help comfort us. We have lost loved ones. It's a part of the way of all the earth. And there is a orchestrated effort, which is engineered to dismantle and destroy the family. But when the family's intact, and we as what family? When the family's intact, the family that is named in heaven and in the earth, when we come back to the Most High, this is what's going to put an end to all of the murder and killing and all of the perverseness, the perversion that we see out in the world. When we become an honorable nation and an honorable, when I say, I'm speaking of the people, the children of the Most High God. Shalom, Sister Candace Mullins. When we become honorable, then the Most High, in the time that He has appointed, then we'll see the desires of our heart upon the wicked. Meaning that wickedness, we desire heavens and an earth where righteousness dwells in, like it tells us in 1 Peter 3. We are they who look for new heavens and a new earth. So although we're happy and we give the Most High thanks all the time, but we are aware that there is evil in this earth. And as long as evil is in this earth, we cannot walk around oblivious to the dangers. There's some people, you can't even go outside of your house without locking your door. And just because, you're not protected by just being inside of your house, and you're not going to be protected because you're in the house and you lock up your window. You must go with the full armor, with the holy armor of the Most High every single day. Ephesians 6:10-18. You must make sure that you are covered. And you're covered by what? By the Most High's, by His provision, His hedge of protection over you, because you keep His commandments. His presence upon your life protects you from those evil spirits. Drives those who aren't willing to submit and commit to the ways of the Most High, drives them away. You don't need them in your life. Your life is precious. Our life is precious. Life's not a game. Life is not about sitting here in what you call the devil's playground, because isn't it the devil that weakened the nations? He weakened the nations by doing what? Teaching people that they can just do what they want, teaching the children, teaching the family, teaching people that love is just this feeling that, this feeling of just warmth and coziness, when we know that the Bible tells us that the Most High, Ahia, is love. He's love. Right? Let me get that for you. 1 John 4 and 8. I'm going to share my screen with you now. We're getting ready to go in. So I want us to be mindful of that. Every day the Most High is doing miracles that you and I may not even be aware of. Because it is the Most High who's ordering your steps. It is the Most High who has granted to you life. And don't let anyone or anything take the days of your life prematurely. Don't spend your time chasing vanity. Set your heart upon not that which is vanity. Your life, my life, is more than food and drink, clothes, and having a good time. We are made to have communion and fellowship with the Most High. But it's these things, the dismantling of the biblical views that the Most High has given to us, which is a walk that we have with our Father, that begins to distort the way people see things. Because I'm going somewhere with this. Every person leans to a way that they think is right, when the Most High has outlined in the Holy Manuscript what we ought to be doing. So people make excuses and excuse their behavior for their happiness, even if their happiness goes against what the Most High says. Show it to you really quick. 1 John 4 and 8. We're moving quick now. We're getting underway into part 4. Thank you, Ahia. You see it right there on your screen. The Most High is love. Let's read 7 and 8. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the Most High. And everyone that loveth is born of the Most High, and knoweth the Most High. Well, in this study series, I showed you in part 1, in part 2, how the dismantling of the biblical views of the family in the society that we lived in, they perverted that. They broke up the family. They took the man. The man was the head of his family. He was the priest of his house that would give sacrifices and offerings up to the Most High on behalf of his family. Well, they moved the role of the man out of the way, and then they feminized the man, and they unleashed the demons out of hell upon the man, the demons out of hell on the woman, the demons out of hell to attack the children. And now we have all this disorder, and yet no one can put 2 and 2 together, and people are just going on in life as everything is usual, as this has always been like this. And then when something catastrophic happens, where what do you mean catastrophic, Brother Elder T? The hurricanes, the earthquakes, the fires, the Most High lays his hand upon you, and you begin to go through the judgment. He places a judgment on you. Then your world gets turned upside down, and if you are a child of the Most High and he's dealing with you, then you receive that. You receive that correction. It's for your good. But the wicked, they discern not time and judgment. The wise do, though. So people say, this has always happened. This has happened. This is just a freak, how do you say it? A freak coincidence. We'll bounce back. We'll build it back. Our insurance. No, it's coming a time where all the wicked kingdom will be uprooted from off the earth. So that means it doesn't matter if one is an Israelite. It doesn't matter if one is of another nation. If you have wickedness in you, you will be uprooted. You will be a part of that wicked kingdom, because the devil does not discriminate. He's like, well, okay, you can come get down in his kingdom as long as you're willing to not walk in the ways of the Most High. And he can use you. And then he'll burn you. And he'll burn you, leave you feeling high and dry. But the Most High, remember, the fear of the Most High is clean, converting the soul of the sinner. So all of us have to approach the Most High in that way, because living in this earth, it is apparent that we were born into a world of sin. And because sin is in this world, it affects. I wish I had a picture of a newborn baby. sin, that baby is growing up in a world where there's evil and wicked, there's murderers, there's adulterers, there's evil spirit, all these things walking around. Well, you say, well, brother, listen, we don't want to think about that. That's bad. No, it's not bad. The good news is that, listen, we can combat that and we can ward that off, and we can discipline ourselves the way that we think if we train ourselves and return back to the Most High. But you have to long for it and desire and want it. You have to be disciplined. You and I, we have to do it. So getting to the point